My name is Allie Stroker, and I'm 25. I live in New York City, but I'm originally from Ridgewood, New Jersey. You probably most recently saw me on Glee, and last summer on the Glee Project. I knew I wanted to be a performer the first time I worked on a show, and that was when I was 7 years old. I did a production of Annie in the backyard of our beach house on the Jersey Shore. I remember that summer learning all the lines. I was cast as Annie and learning the songs and watching that video, that VHS, over and over and over, and just mimicking all of the songs, all of the voices. And when the first time I got to perform, it was like my life began. It was like, that's literally my first memory of being alive was performing. I was in a car accident when I was 2, so I've been in a wheelchair almost my entire life, and I think that really all the music and performing and theater has been a huge part of my healing and becoming who I am today, because it was such an outlet for me. I auditioned for the Glee Project the first time for the first season. I made a video that I put on MySpace, and the next day I had 12,000 hits, and I was like, what? Because I hadn't gotten into the YouTube world, and I was just blown away that those kind of numbers existed online. And I didn't hear from anyone for 6 months, and then I got a call when I was doing spelling bee at the Philadelphia Theater Company, and they were like, we'd love for you to come to callbacks. And I remember sitting out in the parking lot with my managers on the phone crying. And I was like, this is a huge opportunity lost. I can't believe this. This is Glee. This is what I wanted. Fast forward about a year, and the Glee Project Season 2, we're holding auditions in New York City. And my agents called and they're like, do you want to go audition? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna think of me. I couldn't go to the auditions last year, and does that come off wrong? You know, all those things, all those voices in your mind, doubt, 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 doubt. And I ended up going. I got through the 3 rounds at the open call, and then I went in and met Robert Ulrich, who is the casting director for the Glee Project and Glee. I sang Out Here on My Own from Fame, and I wore this hot pink shirt and these bright pink shoes that I are my lucky shoes. I got to the callbacks. There were 80 kids left out of 44,000 kids that had auditioned, and I couldn't believe I was there. And we finally did the first round in front of the 3 judges, Zach, Nikki, and Robert, and I get up in front of Ryan Murphy, who is the creator of Glee, and this character that he created, Artie Abrams, who is in a wheelchair and sings and dances. That has changed my career, because now it's something that people have seen. It exists. And I went on my way, and I got a call the day before Christmas, and they were like, you are going to be on the Glee Project. And it was a Skype call, and I screamed, and I was so excited, and then I just couldn't talk about it for months and months and months and months, and I couldn't tell anyone about it, and I was bursting at the seams. I was like, oh my God, the biggest thing that had happened to me, and I couldn't talk about it. Being a superstar for me is doing what you do to the best of your ability, and being proud of who you are and what you stand for and what you can offer the world. It may not be a talent. It may not be a very rare skill. It has a crazy meaning to a lot of young people. But to me, being a superstar has nothing to do with how many Twitter followers you have. Being a superstar is being liked, being respected by your peers, and maybe, the world. Being a superstar also can mean being behind the scenes in what you do. And we can all feel it when we're in the presence of a superstar. They have a light about them. They have a presence. And you want to be around them. The best piece of advice I could give to any young performer is don't worry about what you can't do. You know, if I worried for my whole childhood, teenage years about not being able to dance like everyone else, I would have wasted so much time. But instead I really focused on my voice because that was something I could do and that I loved and I knew I had a gift. And so put your time and energy into things that you know you can do that make you feel really good. You must check out So You Want to Be a Superstar because this book, it's like a go-to, like a guidebook. And, you know, people who don't live in New York City and someone who's really interested in performing, I really recommend you check it out because there's so many pieces of advice that you couldn't find anywhere else. Find me online at www.alliestroker.com and many really exciting things to come. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at AllieStroker. Thank you so much for watching and stay true to who you are.